I'm going to begin this presentation with an apology because I do not want to offend anyone, and I recognize that this photo offers another version of the blackface images and others that regularly stir and should stir controversy in our time. At the same time, I think such discussions call us to an honest appraisal of our history, which includes an endless variety of racist images, language, and practices, of which even those that may seem humorous by our standards, or even those of the past, are offensive. My personal belief includes naming and turning from such wrongs. At the same time, I think that the photo is interesting in and of itself and can help us to address some of the issues that divide us. That hope may include attention to the racial divide, but I want to focus on the way we think about the past and the images and practices we've inherited from it. Full disclosure, I am one of the three men engaged in a pantomiming of a routine by the Supremes. I'm the Studley guy in the afro. I can see why somebody would find this image offensive, but it was not so intended or received at the time. Now, you may find that declaration a little suspicious, considering the source of it, but you may also find it a little more believable if I tell you that the performance was done in the spring of 1968 at Central High School in Kansas City, Missouri, a time of heightened racial tensions and before a student body that was more than 90% black. The idea came from black teachers, and the students were delighted. That information should help you see why I think the photo and the skit echo some of the same discussions that have centered on Zora Neale Hurston and Langston Hughes' Mulebone, a play from the 1930s by two of the principal figures of the Harlem Renaissance. Then as now, the play raised concerns about its use of dialect and depictions of rural black culture. Both the photo and Mulebone reflect tensions about cultural varieties within black culture. They also are rooted in the ways we think about the past, seeing it through the lens of a special variety of judgmentalism, an extreme kind of presentism, with attendant assumptions that the present values and practices are the standards for judging every age and culture. The past was a different country. In that different world of 1968, our performance could be, and was seen, as an evocation of a shared appreciation for music between generations and races, a demonstration that three men were willing to make fools of themselves because of their regard for their students. With that interpretation, we may see beyond a particular issue to explore things that the past might teach us. I'm not nostalgic. I would not go back to the past for any reason, even if the voyage included a date with Diana Ross, whom I had a serious crush on. But the past had its qualities, lessons it could teach us. In 1968, most families endured. Most people could find meaningful work. It was possible for a striver to work their way through a graduate education while raising a family and able to reach their goal with minimal debt, as I did. In 1968, we were culminating a decades-long struggle to end institutional racism and a fruitless war. We were not all happy campers, but we were addressing many of our problems. This is a poem, I guess. The past is a different country, yet we are the heirs of its good and bad. We cannot go there to build or repair. We can choose to repent, to work toward the hope today that someday we'll be together.